Hey everyone, this is Cindy Garrard with Soul Hype Cindy. We spend our lives navigating friendships, relationships, health. Let's do it together. Let's leap into our best and most enriching lives through true and inspiring stories. Welcome to Soul Hype Cindy. Today we have Jessica Fay. What? She grew up in Hickory, North Carolina and moved to South Walton in 2012. Mm-hmm. And that's when she started Lipstick Heels and a Baby.
That is correct.
So you just started like blogging.
Well, yes. So this was before the days of Instagram. It was a blog and YouTube. So I used to be a hairstylist before I was an influencer.
Were you really a hairstylist?
I was. Did you not know that?
No, I didn't know that.
That's
why your hair always looks freaking amazing. Yes. Yeah. You're like, no. You like tell them. You like perfect it, don't you? You're like,
let me help you.
You're like, hey, can you just get a little bit more in the back?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. I try not to be one of those clients.
That's me. I'm that client.
Lately, but I'm like, just do your thing, girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to be.
Because I know how it feels. And they're like, change this, do this. Like, just let me do my job. I try not to be that client. But yeah, so I actually started on YouTube with doing like hair tutorials. And that's like kind of how it started. And like those are the days of like Pinterest when it was like really popular. But yeah,
I think it's like, so you became an influencer before like influencers was a thing.
Essentially, yes. I don't know how much influencing I was doing back then.
Well, I mean, so it's just like anything else. It's like a building block, right?
Yes.
Right. And so now you have over 326,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
yeah, that's a lot of people.
I would like more, but
well, that's, so it's funny because I had a friend was like, Jess Fay? And I was like, yeah. And I guess just because I'm like not super
You're
hip.
Like, Jess?
No, just like, so she's like, oh my gosh, you knew Jess Fay. I saw that you guys in a picture together. And I was like, oh, it's like kind of cool because you have like fans.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet.
I mean, that's cool. It's like a thing. She's like, oh, you know her? And I was like, that.
I get to meet lots of like really cool people. Like we'll be at restaurants and stuff and they'll come say hi and it's fun.
Well, that's really nice. It's like a compliment.
It is a compliment.
It's a total compliment.
I take it as one. I think it's one.
So I was going to ask you, but I think you already remember how we met.
Yes. Soccer.
The
kids? Our oldest kids.
Yes.
Soccer.
I just remember standing there and Lillian ran off into the like little flower patch.
Brayden was probably already there.
And she was like playing with the flowers. There was like a couple kids running. And then there was this boy just kind of like standing there like, I don't want to be here. And I was like, and then you guys, and I remember like looking at you like so it's probably
brunch after this.
It was like, but I felt bad, but I was like, this is obviously not her thing, but
right.
When they're that young, how old were they? Maybe 6 or 5 or 6?
5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we only did like 1 year with him. He's not our athlete.
Yeah.
He prefers to do like computer stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Make more money that way.
Well, and it's funny because, the chances are.
Yeah,
and if you're like good looking and good at coding, that's like going to be that's going to be a niche. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Probably, most likely. Anyway, so that's how we met. And then, and Charlie, my daughters love Charlie.
She's obsessed with your girls. They're so sweet.
Oh, thank you. They hope they better be.
They are.
People are like, it's so funny because when I'll like see I was at the concession stand and this, my friend's son was there and he was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, please. And all that stuff. And I was like, man, that kid is so well-mannered. I put him in my mental note for future potential boyfriends for Lillian. I put it in
husbands.
No, potential husbands, potential boyfriends, potential boyfriends like in the little catalog. And but I said to the father, I said, I just want you to know that I was behind your son at the concession stand and he was so well mannered. And I just want you
awesome compliment for a parent.
And then he was like, he better be. And so I was like, dang. And then somebody's like, oh, your daughters are so nice. I was like, they better be. And so I guess it's a thing. I guess it's a thing. Okay. So let's talk a little bit. So I want to talk about just kind of being a career mom.
Okay.
And how, the whole, I feel right now that the word is balance. You have to be balanced, balance, balance. I was listening to this podcast and the girl's like, the only way that you could be balanced is if everyone stops. And so it's like that. I feel like everybody's striving for something that really doesn't truly exist. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like this, carrot. It's like, oh, if you just do this, you'll be balanced. If you just do this, you'll be balanced. Where really it's about, kind of having like fluidity in your life and, kind of letting things, happen, naturally and kind of, think about things in a smaller scale. Like, okay, am I supposed to do this or am I supposed to do this? Like on Friday night, I was really tired and I picked up my daughter from basketball. She's trying basketball. My cheerleader's trying basketball. It's cute.
Oh, wait. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's cute. And so, because she told me last year, she's like, I'll play basketball. And I was like, oh,
wait, which one?
Lillian.
She is?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
She goes, yeah, I want to play basketball. I said, oh, and then she's like, you didn't sign me up. I was like, oh, you were serious? And then, so she's trying anyway. So I picked her up and I was so tired. And I was like, I had like this like delicious, healthy dinner that I made. And just something in me was like, do something that she would want to do with one of her friends. And so I was like, okay. So we went to Taco Bell.
That's so fun. That's good. As like, you want to be her friend as like a girl mom too. Like,
yes. Yeah. And so I kind of want to talk about that, like how, like having that like discernment, like when you're like, I really don't want to go to Taco Bell and feel like crap for like 3 hours and watch my daughter get up and have the runs.
Taco Bell is not too good for me.
Like literally, I'm like, my stomach hurts. Like after I was like, my freaking stomach hurts.
Till Sunday, like, oh.
Like I really gotta get this shit out. Like literally. Like literally. So kind of like talk about that and how like what are some things that you do like daily?
Yeah. Well, and just with my job, it is hard to have like a on and off, like when to start my day, when to stop my day. And I have like a team out of Texas and they'll text me, like they know not to text me like after 5:30, but like they'll text me at like 4:55.
Yes.
Like, hey, we need this and this. And even though like they're done contacting me, like I'm like, do I wait till tomorrow morning to do this? Or like, do I do it right now? Like, this is when I should be doing homework with my kids and making dinner and doing all those things. So finding that balance is really hard, very hard. So, I mean, I do actually struggle with that a lot because I am a workaholic.
Okay.
So that is a hard thing for me.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, in the thing about it that I'm learning right now through this Halftime Institute that I'm involved in is that the thing about workaholism is that it's like one of the addictions that's actually like celebrated.
Well, and it is.
It's like achievement.
Well, especially I feel like even more so with men, with women, not as much. I feel like that's obviously changing.
It is changing.
But
yeah, it's okay that we work.
Yeah.
for all those people out there that, and this is the thing.
Do your thing.
And this is the thing too. Like, first of all, I am the stay-at-home mom, the homemaker.
I think that's harder.
It is way hard. I don't know if it's harder, but it's like, see,
it's a different kind of hard.
It's a different kind of hard. And I will say this, like, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. Like, and I have a great mom, but I wasn't called to stay at home. Like, I think everyone's different.
Well, when the kids are little, until they go to preschool, I do work from home with the kid. I mean, I'm done having kids now. But like for each child, oh Lord, for each child, like until they're, I sent Brayden. I didn't start sending him to school until he was like 4 or 5. But the other two, I started sending them at 3 because I worked. I was a stay-at-home mom and working full time. And at that point, like especially like, late like 2017 to essentially like 2021, like I was insanely busy. Like it's slowed down a little bit right now just with the economy and everything. So it is a little slower, but I mean, I worked full time. And so like when Ryan would get home from work, I'd be like, here's the kids. Like I have to like actually like go record things and do things because I was doing both for a long time.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
When we had Lillian, I'll never forget. So I grew up in like a pretty tidy household. Mm-hmm. And I woke up at like 2:00 in the morning and I went downstairs and like swept the floor and mopped it. And he came home from like work. And because I went back to work 2 weeks after having both of my children. And so, which was really freaking hard. And, but I did it. I had stuff to do. There were just some things that I had to do that other people couldn't do. And so, but I came downstairs one time.
In the middle of the night?
Yeah. And swept them off the floor. And when I woke up the next day.
Were you like awake doing this?
Well, yeah. I wasn't like sleepwalking. Dude, I wish I could. Dude, I wish like that would be like the shit. If I could like knock some stuff out like sleepwalking.
You could like robot cleaning mode.
Dude,
you want to sleep over?
Like you come over and like your house is like spotless and you got like a lasagna in the oven and you're like,
you're welcome to spend the night.
No, I'm unconscious. Like, but I just like I wake up at different times and I'm like I have to get this stuff done or like I can't sleep. And so but anyways,
that's like a type A thing. I think maybe I don't know.
It's an 8.
Oh, well, we are 8.
We're 8s.
Talk about that.
Yeah, we're 8s. We're 8s. And so on the Enneagram, for those that don't know what that is,
right.
I feel like it's a Christian personality test.
I think so.
I think it's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but anyway, so the next day when he came home from work and I had been,
cleaning in the middle of the night.
Well, I woke up and he was already gone. And so when he
at 2 a.m.?
No. Like when I woke up, when I woke up for the regular, like I woke up in the middle of the night, swept him off.
So he slept through this? He didn't?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
got it.
Jeff can sleep.
I love that.
We'll have like a fight, and like I'll be like tossing and turning, and he just like
I'm the same way. I'm like bye.
he's like all is well with him. But so, anyways, but I came down after when the next day after I woke up, and he came home from work. I was fried, and I was like, hey, he's like, hey, I'm like, I'm going to have a nervous breakdown if we don't get a nanny. Like, I literally am going to have a nervous breakdown. And I started crying and all this stuff. And he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And my thing that I'm learning is that I don't need to wait till I'm like about to break.
I do the exact same.
I'm like,
I'm broken by the time I come to you. I'm sorry. I'm like dead.
So somebody was like, oh, because my father, my father recently passed. And so I was like, you know what? It's okay. Thank you. I'm going to start going to Grief Share. There's there's a website called Grief Share to get ahead of it because I usually wait till.
I have a question. Yeah, I was
okay,
ask you
go.
So I've been doing like personal work myself, and so that was one of the things that I've learned about myself is there's personalities that think, do, feel, and then feel, do, think, and then there's people who like think, feel, and then they never actually do.
Yes.
And so I'm a think, do, feel. So I like hold my feelings until, like you just said,
yes.
I am
gonna explode.
Yes,
gonna explode.
Like,
yes.
and it's like almost too late at this point to like back up. So that's something I'm trying to get ahead of too, like making my feelings come out, getting ahead of it.
Yes.
Before, because I bottle things up very easily.
Well, I think sometimes, probably with our personalities, I think that it's inefficient.
It is very. I don't have time to be sad. I'm like, we have to go.
Like I know that sounds crazy, but it's like inefficient to like release, and to take care of. It's
1,000%.
I literally had held it all in.
Mm-hmm.
Where like I literally was like screaming, crying,
mm-hmm.
like on the floor, like and some of that was probably a little postpartum. Probably some of it was that, but a lot of it was just like. I can't do all this. Like I'm overwhelmed but I didn't say to Jeff.
But I'm proud that you like still asked for help because that's hard for me to do.
Oh no. Give me all the help. Give it to me. You got to get better about accepting help, girl.
I know I don't.
That's got to be something you work.
I know.
Well, I'm a few years older than you. So I think that
barely.
I'm probably a few, but I'll say this. I have learned that first of all, most people that offer help sincerely want to help you.
Yeah.
And, but I just also need a lot of help. Like but so I'm going to do the grief share to like kind of get ahead of it. Because I definitely have done where, we went to a marriage coach one time and I was like,
yeah, it all comes out.
And my friend, I was like literally mm-hmm. screaming and like crying at the same time, like, mm-hmm. like ugly, like snot. Like it was so bad. And then like my friend who like recommended him, I text her. I was like, girl,
he won't tell you anything that happened in that meeting,
I was like, girl, like if he like decides that he's done with this forever.
Like, let's do be my friends.
I was like, I'm so sorry. And so, but it was like funny because like I like did all that and Jeff was like, the guy was like, he's like Jeff said something. The guy's like, no, Cindy's being vulnerable. But like all he sees is this like emotional outburst.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because you hold it together up until that point, and then you're like, you explode.
So I'm trying now to be a little more ahead of it.
For sure. But it is, I do think you made a very good point when you said it's inefficient. Like, for example, like if I'm working and I talk to my phone all day for work, and like if Ryan and I are arguing or the kids are driving me crazy, like I will be like, okay, I don't have time to deal with this right now.
Yes.
I will go on my phone and pretend like life is perfect. And then I'll put that phone down and like I unleash. I'm like a psychopath. But
well, I think that it's trying, but I agree with you that it's like so hard when you're holding like so much in because we have got so much going on. We're in that really, Jeff, Jeff, my husband's like, for those that don't know, my husband is a 150-year-old man. And he's already lived like 17. He really is.
he really is. He's sweet.
He is very sweet. But he's a 150-year-old man. He says things like fiddlesticks. Like he literally
What happened? What is a fiddlestick?
Like instead of saying the F word.
Oh, okay.
He says fiddlesticks.
Oh, I love that.
And like when we first
He's probably like every time he's near me like, whoa.
no. When we first started dating, we went to the movies and he literally said, "Can you believe how much movies are these days?" And I was like,
"Are you alive?" Like
I was like, "What was it like? You want to go like with a nickel? Like what is this? 1920?"
The film,
like it's black and white. And they're like, there's like nobody talking. There's like no
speaker on your car.
Like, and so he, anyway, so, but, we just totally went off.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, that's okay. But so I am trying to get better at like recognizing it too. Like I will, like with, I have my older daughter, we're very similar personalities.
Okay.
And so there are some times where, and I really believe in discipline. I believe that there's a celebration in discipline. I believe I am the woman I am today because of the discipline that I was raised in.
Okay.
And so I believe in, kind of probably a little more strict than most people. I seem to be stricter than most parents.
Okay.
I think that, a lot of, the mom's like, oh, sleepover. I'm like, on a school night?
Oh, heck no.
Girl, you just wait.
Absolutely
No,
not.
You just wait. I'm like,
I don't even like to do play dates on school nights. I'm like, no, we are relaxing.
And so I have to like tell myself like she's reacting. She like because they say like the kids when kids flip their lid, like sometimes if they flip the lid, like they can't put the lid back on.
Okay.
This is like from child therapy and stuff.
Oh,
like
I want to hear this.
yeah. So like if your kid like starts losing it, and
Okay.
there's a place where they like flip their lid, and it doesn't matter what you say or do or comfort or give or bribe. Like, I mean, I've
Sure.
put some bribes out there.
For sure.
And so, but that when that lid is flipped, that there really isn't anything you can do.
So what
But
do
it's
you
like
do?
you remove yourself from the situation and let
Oh.
them decompress, and then you decompress. But they say when you go and like separate, that you don't like pick up an electronic or like a book or anything like. You kind of just like sit with it and be like, I'm stressed out. I have nothing left in my tank. I just need to breathe,
Mm-hmm.
and just journal, get some of it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then like get to a place where you are kind of mentally like ready to like kind of deal, or like feel like you emotionally are in a place that you can just kind of go back. And like sometimes I don't want to deal with it. Like
Mhm.
I don't want to deal, like I'll just go so you walk away and you decompress, and then you can go back. But even if you kind of wait till a day, but like you don't say like go to your room and like go to your room and do your whatever the math thing is, do your Duolingo or something like that. Like don't like give them electronic or whatever
Okay.
to like decompress, and you don't get because it's easy for me. Because I'm like, I used to go to my room and like be on my phone, like
Yeah.
but
Yeah. It's like mindless scrolling.
well, I just like I don't want to think.
Yeah.
Like I've thought a lot for today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my brain is, so we're all just trying to be better.
Yeah.
We're just all trying to be better. But girl, you gotta accept help.
I know.
So please tell me you let people like carpool. You let
It's just Ryan and I.
Dude, the carpool's like that's like the world's biggest gift.
I know.
When
I
I
actually have never carpooled. Like, I mean, like if we're going out of town or something, I'll ask like my neighbor to like help my parents if they have
Yeah.
kids or something. But yeah. Okay, can I just thank you before we go for introducing me to Make Wellness? I am obsessed with the Fit and Lean. I've been taking it for like 2 weeks, and I already see results.
My husband and I both love them so much, too. If you want more information, please go to the show notes. Now back to the show. So I wonder why you don't want to accept help, because you think you could do it.
I don't know. Well, yeah. I'm like, I can get better. Because I can.
I can be more efficient. I can go there, record this, study this, purchase this.
All at the same time.
Yeah, all at the same time. And look beautiful while doing it.
I don't know about that, but.
But I mean, it's, so it's probably the efficiency thing. That's one time this guy, George B.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was like, one time this guy, he was like, well, I don't,
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything bad about him. I love him. I love the guy. And
We'll tag him. We got a cameo.
So he, we're hanging out somewhere, and he's like, dude, Cindy's super efficient. And I told Jeff, I was like, that's better than calling me like the hottest piece of ass.
Such a compliment.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah,
damn right I am.
And I'm like, yeah. And so it's like funny because that's the 8, I guess. I guess that's part of it. So with doing all the juggling, and do you suffer from mom guilt?
Yes, but just like everything else, I'm very good at just like pushing. I can just push emotions out very easily. Not saying that's a great thing.
Yes.
not a quality. I mean, yeah, I do. But I also know that like I'm giving them like a better life to like take the vacations and buy the things and do the whatever. But I mean, I definitely spend time with my kids. Don't get me wrong.
Like, I know you do.
I know prayers, affirmations, all the things, and dinner together every night, all of that. But
I mean, having dinner together every night is like super. Oh yeah,
important. That's like unless we're at a sporting thing to where it can't be done.
Yes,
it's every single night, and there's no technology whatsoever. Like their watches are off, phones are down.
And you do like a lot of homemade stuff. I saw you made homemade cereal one time, and I was like,
oh yeah, no, I cook a lot. I love to cook.
Yeah,
like,
I love to cook
That's
too.
like a way that because I'm being productive, so it's like I'm being productive, and I'm also doing something like healthy for my family, and like that's a way that I like to show love. Like I'm definitely like an acts of service type of person.
Okay, so that's your love language.
Yeah,
yes,
and that's what I like to receive too. If you're wondering,
but you won't anybody help you, girl.
No, I know you have to just do it. Like,
okay, yeah, you're just like show up, like
just show up with something to help me.
So my love language is quality time.
Oh gosh, that's not mine.
Like you leave me the hell alone.
Like alone time.
You're like leave me the hell alone. Mine is quality time.
Okay.
And Jeff's is words of affirmation, which ironically is the opposite of what like is natural for us because
So is that hard for you?
Oh yeah,
because words of affirmation is actually Ryan's too, and I'm like,
he's
like you never compliment me. I'm like, well,
well, I like there's this it was it's called A Love Dare. Have you heard of it?
Mm-mm.
It's a book. Anyways, it's kind of like a challenge to be like a better spouse. And like day 2, I was like, I
cannot do this.
I'm just like that's like it's so funny because it's so
what's it called?
So
Love Dare.
The Love Dare.
Okay, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's like a book.
It's like a book. It's like a
journal. Daily thing.
It's like a daily thing.
Okay.
And so okay, so you are still mindful of taking care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So like you said that you try not to receive any calls after 5:30. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's like work related.
Yes.
I mean, I still do work things.
Yes.
Like my team knows like between 8:30 and 5:30 to contact me all you want. But like before 8:30, I'm working out. And like the last thing I want if I'm like on a run or on the bike is to be like, oh, today you need to do da 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 da. Like that just like woof. Like I can't think about it yet.
It's too much.
So they know like between 8:30 and 5:30, say whatever you need to say, get all your list out that I need to do, and then don't talk to me.
So what does your morning routine look like?
So I wake up at just like about 45 minutes before the kids, devotional in the morning, and then I do my little like functional mushroom coffee.
Me,
it's delicious. And then
is it Rise? Is it Rise?
No, I actually use Beam.
Oh yes,
and it's really good.
Is it really good?
It's like really good. And so I do that, and then we have been doing like homemade like waffles. Sometimes Ryan will do crepes. Don't ask. We've been like really cooking a lot lately. And then so we like make breakfast every morning. It's like not like frozen stuff or anything. And then kids take showers and everything. They go to school, and then I work out for about 45 minutes, depending on what I'm doing that day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm getting in the shower when I like start getting like my work emails and stuff like that. So like I spend usually like my morning doing my makeup and like voice messaging everyone and, you know, doing all that. And then it's just like into my work day. It's like emails, record what I need to record. I try to record most of my stuff, like as far as reels and like videos and stuff, like 2 to 3 days a week. So I don't record every day. So even though like it might look like it's like in the moment, like it's not.
Yes.
So everything that I film is not always real time. But here's the thing. So like I'll record, and every week's different depending on like if the kids have an appointment or what's going on, when drafts are due. Because I'll have like on my calendar, it's very organized. It'll like drafts are all in red, and then when it goes live is in blue, and like everything's very organized. So I will record like, you know, I'm making this up, but like maybe Monday, Wednesday, Thursday or something.
Okay.
And because I don't really record much on Friday, except like I'm like getting ready for the weekend and like posting everything. But so I will have to change outfits. I change outfits like 17 times that day.
Wow.
My room is like disturbing. But then I have to go like back and forth. I'm like, okay, well, if I'm posting, for example, if I'm posting like AG1 today, a factor meal, and this outfit, like I have to make sure that my outfit is consecutive for that day. And then I like switch into like, what am I going to wear on Tuesday? And then I have to like think about what I'm going to wear on Tuesday. Because then like, this is so silly. But like if someone sees me at like lacrosse practice, I want to be like in the outfit I wore on Instagram. So it looks real.
Really?
I'm such a weirdo. And I'm like, I know that's
good.
No, like continuity.
No, but I mean, that's like, because you care.
So I literally like have to like think about like that. Well, even things like down to like getting my nails done. I'm like, they're like, well, can you record this day? I'm like, well, I'm getting my nails done on Wednesday, so then my nails aren't going to be the same for my morning post and my afternoon post. Like, no, I can't. And they're like, no one's looking at your nails. I'm like, they might be.
They might be.
They might.
They might be. And you know what?
And what
I
if they
care
call
about
me out?
details. And I care about details.
Yeah.
Yeah. I care about the details. So do you feel like, you know, being an influencer, being beautiful, successful, all these things?
Just stop saying that.
No, it's so true. I mean, Jessica, come on. I know you're like freaking drop dead gorgeous. Which is a gift. Stop. It is.
Well, welcome to the club.
Thank you. Thank you. But do you feel like there's a lot of like there's pressure with that? Like being, you know, beautiful. You like it's kind of like now it's like a thing. Like okay, like I have to be beautiful. I have to be.
Yes and no. I mean, I definitely go on there. Like if anyone watches me, like I go on there with no makeup, with blemishes. I am human.
Yes.
But I mean, if I'm self-conscious about it, absolutely. Like yesterday I posted and I had like this little pimple right here and I'm like, everyone's looking at it. Like, they're going to know I'm not perfect. But I mean,
do you feel like you have to portray that you're perfect?
Yes. But I think that there's pros and cons to that. Like, I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on me because of that. Like, but I also know that no one's expecting. I'm doing it to myself. No one's making me do that. Like, that's a pure internal thing.
Yes.
But I definitely do have that pressure for sure. Like, I mean, when I'm sad, like you will never see me go on Instagram like I'm having a bad day.
Have you thought about doing that?
So some of that did kind of happen in 2020 where I went on like a couple little rants and it actually was great for engagement. Like my engagement was like, I mean, insane. Brands don't really like that.
Yes. Brands don't really like that.
And so I have to like kind of keep that in mind. Like, they don't mind if you show realness, but like, for example, like I don't show myself, I'll show myself drinking on Instagram now, but I used to show myself like a little tipsy. Like I would never show that now.
Yes.
I just have kind of like filtered it back some.
Yeah. Just
because brands, that's not like a good look.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the thing. I mean,
but it's hard because you want to be like professional, but also relatable. So I do feel like I've lost some of my like relatability with that because I don't show vulnerable sides anymore.
Yes.
So there's pros and cons to it because like the girls that do show that, their engagement is higher. So I'm trying to like kind of find that balance. I have like actually talked to my team about that, like kind of sharing more of like the not so great things because people do relate and it makes them feel like you're human. Like if everything is portrayed as perfect, you're not relatable.
Yes.
Because life is not perfect.
No, it's not. And I think that's like interesting because I think in our society, we're kind of taught like the American dream is this. Boom. Beautiful home. You know, like marriage, like tons of money, like like this is the American dream. Like if you achieve the American dream, like you're going to be happy. But then it's like, what really is the American dream?
Right.
I'll be honest with you. I think it's having dinner with your kids every night.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like awesome. We do like a family fun night on Sundays, but like during the week, I feel bad. So we are highly competitive. And so we started playing cards, and it didn't really work well because we have some sore winners and sore losers in the Garrard family.
Okay. Which are you the sore loser?
No, Jeff is a sore winner.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, he's like
in
your face. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Get you another layer. Get you another layer. So then it was kind of little. It was like fairly funny. It became like I was like stressed out, and so because like no one's happy. I'm like this must be fairly fun. Like so now we're doing.
We all hate each other.
So now we're doing dealer's choice.
Okay.
Jeff calls it dealer's choice, and so we picked numbers from a hat.
Okay.
So Lillian was number 1, and we did Just Dance. On the TV, it has to be at home, and it has to be. We can't leave the house. We have to do it at home.
Okay.
And so then my family fun night.
Oh no!
I wanted to.
Everyone's cleaning the baseboards.
No, I can't. Girl, I can't clean my own house.
No, I don't clean my own house either.
Yeah, I can't clean my own house. I mean,
you had me fooled with your 2 a.m. mopping session.
That's what 12 years ago. That's 12 years ago. But you know what? When I started my career in Atlanta. And we called on this lady. She was very successful. And my sales manager was just hyping her up. And she really did like her, but she was like hyping her up. She's like, give me like one thing that made you like super successful. Okay. And she was like, the best thing I ever did for my business is hire professional cleaners to deep clean my house once a week. And I never forgot that. Like that's like of all the sales calls that I made with her,
like
I never
sold.
I was like, no, but it was like, it made sense. Like it gave her like peace of mind that her home was in
clean.
order.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I cannot function if my house is a mess. Like cannot function. I cannot sit on the couch. I can't sleep.
Really?
Like before I go to bed, like everything has to be perfect.
Really?
And then it's like chaos in the morning as soon as everyone wakes up. But like at least I like sleep better.
So, but no, like I just never forget that. I was like, you know what, like it, but yeah, no. So my family fun night was not cleaning the baseboards. Thank you for
We're thinking you're such a great time.
So much super fun city. I wanted to go on a family walk. You're gonna love this.
Something active. I love that.
I want to go for a family walk, and then we had to write a poem. I had to write a poem about somebody, but like 4 stanzas
about like each other.
Like we were gonna pick from the hat.
Okay, like about like their good qualities or something.
Yeah, just like like Sophia loves soccer. She's full of fun.
Okay.
Or something like it didn't have to rhyme. It could have rhymed. I would have probably had mine rhyme.
Yeah.
But I'm so that was my family fun night, and so we went for a walk, and Jeff was like, "Can we have to do the poem another night?" Because I was like, he's not going to want to do them.
Yeah,
like that's so not Jeff.
So who did he have to write about?
So, but we didn't do it because he's like, "We'll do it next weekend." Then I was like, "Well, I still get my turn then."
Yeah, I only got half of my turn.
I got half of my turn.
So we do something similar at dinner. So every night we go and say like something great that happened to us. And it doesn't have to be great because some days are like boring. And you're like, the kids are like, the best thing that happened today was I got home from school. Like, whatever.
I got out of there.
Yeah. And then you have to say the worst thing. And it doesn't have to be terrible. It could be like, so-and-so didn't say hi or, I failed this test or whatever. But then like once or like, I don't say we do it every week, but like every so often we try to go in a circle and it's like, you have to say one great quality about the person to your right and then to the person to your left. And it kind of helps them like with like the brothers, they argue and, you're stupid and you're this and you're that. Like it makes them like have to compliment the other one because they sit beside each other. So I feel like that's like similar. I didn't know if that's where you're going with the poem.
No, but that's actually such a great thing to like, you're teaching them to speak life to one another.
Right. Versus like, you're stupid. You have no friends. No wonder no one likes you.
One time Lillian said that to Jeff. She got really mad at Jeff. She's like, you have no friends. And he was like, that's like the biggest, like for her, that's like the biggest insult ever. It's like, you don't have any friends.
Yeah.
So do you talk to your kids about, like, how do you like tell them to like in school, like navigate like friendships?
So we do affirmations every night. And with Brayden, he is very friendly, but he's like very emotionally sensitive. So I like with his affirmations, I like work on building confidence. So he has like the confidence to like talk to his friends. With Charlie, she is the confident one. So I'm like, I talk to friends on the playground who have no one to talk to. Like,
yes.
And she goes, I actually do that. And then she'll repeat me. Like, and I'm like, you better.
You better.
Yeah.
Because I think you better.
But so like each kid, I feel like you have to like kind of find like where their insecurities are and where their strengths are and kind of like play into that. So that's kind of what we focus on. I
have to get better about that. Like doing the individual.
Yeah. We do it at night at bedtime. So we actually do prayers all together. And then they each go to their room. And then we do affirmations by themselves. So we can kind of like individualize that. It's worked. I mean,
no, that's awesome.
I mean, we haven't done that forever. Like we started doing that, I think, in December, January.
And so how did you find out about that?
Therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a therapist.
And she said like adults aren't as like, affirmations don't help us quite as much. Just, I guess, just like as our brains are developed at this point. But with kids, she's like, it makes a big, big, big difference. And like we end it with like, I love Jesus, you know. And Braden's, he's not confident, so we end his with chicks dig me. Like,
chicks dig me. I love that.
And he loves it, and he says it. He's like, chicks dig me. I'm like, wow.
That's great.
We're doing great. Such a good mom.
Hey, you know what? Hey.
Ryan actually did come up with that part, but.
That's awesome.
So I say that at night.
I'm actually kind of at night, I'm the mom that just goes in there and just says, and gives them a kiss and like tells them I love them. And Jeff does the devotional with them. And so, but like the other day I told Lynn, I said, let's just go over the 10 Commandments.
Okay. We haven't done that in a while.
I'm like, let's just go over the 10 Commandments. And, you know, I think there's so much wisdom in just the very basic things like,
do not steal.
Do not steal. Like she's like, what does do not covet mean? And I was like, you don't, you don't want what somebody else has. That's
a reminder we all could use.
We all can use that. It's so, because comparison is a thief of joy. It really is. You know?
When I actually struggle with that too, as far as like just my job, because I'm constantly like, you need this.
Yes.
You should buy this. You should take this. And I'm like, but you don't need everything. And like finding that, but also that is my job. So it's like kind of like finding the balance. Like,
I think you're just giving people like options.
Right.
You know?
Right. But I have like thought about that from time to time.
Yes.
With it.
Like you're mindful.
Right.
But, you know, it's not like it's still the person's like decision too, right?
Well, right. Like I'm not in charge of your credit card debt. I'm so sorry.
You know, let's say that. You know, when Jeff and I first started dating, he was like, how much credit card debt are you in? And I was like, I don't know.
I feel like that's like, I mean, hey, he's a financial advisor. I get it.
Yeah, but still, we got in a big fight. We had to go see a pastor.
Did you have debt?
Oh, yeah. But I was like, I didn't know. I didn't know how much. And I'm a banker, so people think that I'm like, but I'm the spender. Jeff's the saver.
I am a spender, too. Oh, I love a new handbag.
Girl. That's like my girlfriend and I we went to London last year. My friend was like, we went to the store and I was like, so I was like, I'm not gonna, because we're already, you know, like economy's not great. We're already like, we're happy. I'm happy to be here. You know, it's not. I could just like grab a few bags. And so we're walking through and she's like, I know this is a trigger for you. I'm like, it is.
Very triggered.
It says I'm triggered. You know, but I mean, this is the thing. It's okay to have nice things.
Well, absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with having nice things. So, you know, and especially like when you work hard too, you know, somebody's like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
well, and that's the thing. Like, I didn't want to be, I think partially why I like started working, like, and I work so hard is because like, I don't want to have to ask for things. Like, I just want to buy them if I want them.
Yes. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, and it's
like, I mean, I do have good girlfriends who they don't work, they're stay-at-home moms and they love it. But like, they do have, like, and not that their husbands would ever say no. Like, I'm not saying that, but like, they have to ask.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to ask.
I'm
too much of an 8 to ask.
I have to ask Jeff.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, no. I'm going to need you to ask me.
Well, it's so funny because one time we went to New Orleans. This is how off my husband are. She knows him well. But I was like, I'm going to buy a coat. He's like, okay. I was like, I'm going to spend like 3 to 4. He's like, okay. And I meant 1,000.
Yeah. And then you did 100. And he meant, I was like,
and I was like, dude, we're off a whole zero.
Yeah.
We're off a whole zero. So, you know, how, like, now, I know, Charlie, you're a girl mom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a girl mom.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you, like, if there was one thing that you'd want, like, women to know about you, they see you, like, beautiful family, like, all the things, like, what's just, like, one thing that, like, a layer of you that you would want people to know?
Boy, this is a deep question.
It is a deep question.
Nothing. I don't know anything about me.
That's okay. And you know what? That's okay. Say something about you.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, like something good or bad? Like, what do you mean? Like
just something, just like something of like who you are, like on the inside that you don't get to share when you are, you know, putting on a beautiful dress and you know what I mean? Like just something about like,
I mean, I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like this is a lot of pressure.
Okay, sorry. I don't want to put any pressure on you. Okay, let's change it. We'll go. One thing
maybe that I actually am like kind of like, I'm like easily do get shy. Like I think that people think I'm like very outgoing, but like you can
easily get shy.
Oh yeah. Like I don't like a lot of like, it doesn't make sense because like I talk to my phone all day in front of like thousands of people, but at the same time, like this right now is like, I feel very like vulnerable and like,
oh really?
I probably have hives. That's why my chest is covered. Like I do get nervous very easy. Could never do public speaking ever.
Really?
Ever. I've been asked to do things. I'm like, hell no. Like, absolutely not.
It's not my jam.
Like, not even a question. Like, I won't do lives for brands. So ask me to do lives like on Instagram. I'm like, no, I have no control over like if I say something stupid, like cutting it off. Like, so I always decline those. I mean, so maybe like, I mean,
well, I would never. Well, you know, my whole thing is, this is totally weird, but I always think that if people are beautiful, they're outgoing, and it's like not the thing. I'm like, if you're gorgeous, like. I'd be like, you know, like,
yeah, like I don't like to be like the center of attention, like really.
Yes. Isn't that so interesting? You're so beautiful. It's like kind of, it's like
you're, like,
you're toward. So I think like as like a girl mom, and
Charlie loves to be the center of attention.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
Lives for it.
So, but like, what do you feel that there's like right now in society that would be something that we could speak of that we can like impart just to some of your 326,000 fans about like being kinder to one another? Like I would imagine with social media, people probably say not nice things to you.
Oh yeah. I mean, just like showing grace to people going through things. Like it is so easy to judge.
Yes.
And even like in the past like year, like I have judged people on things and I feel like God's like, oh yeah. Here's yours, like, and like he will serve it to you.
Yes.
So I really, and like, I've said that to multiple of my friends, like recently on the phone. I'm like, I feel like I was judging someone in this situation. Now I'm in this situation, and like it sucks, and like it really did make me feel really bad for like the judgment I put on them because it was not my place to judge.
You know, sometimes, you know. Sometimes the judgmental comes from like the discomfort.
Well, it does, and it's from your own insecurities.
Yes. So, but yeah, no, I think that showing each other grace, you know, and you never really know what people are going through.
No, you have no idea what's going on.
I mean,
behind closed doors.
There was this lady like freaking out at the airport, and I was like, that lady's like nuts. And like when my father passed, my sister was at the airport, and she missed her flight, and she said that she literally started like screaming at the you know, at the person, and then she said that she literally just like sat down and started crying, and the lady was like, it's okay. Like, but she was like, she said she had like a breakdown. And I mean, probably if somebody took one snapshot of my sister and she's like got tattoos and like dyed hair and all this stuff, they'd be like,
she looks crazy, but
yeah. And you know, but you know, so it's like, it's so important because, and I have to give myself grace too.
No, I know it. Yeah.
That is just, you know, it's everything. It's like it's the greatest gift of like people of faith. It's like great. Yeah. It's like you have like understanding it and you know, imparting it too is all the things.
Right.
Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Please like, subscribe, and follow. So Hype Cindy.